Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, everyone. Okay, dear beloved RPVIs. Okay, thank you for allocating your time on and for being here. I see that there are around 70 RPVIs joining this session right now, and the number keeps on increasing. Well, it's great to know that you are as excited as we are about SARI rebate. Okay, I'm Sharifah, and this is my second webinar with the RPVIs since I joined TNBX in April this year. Yeah, the first one was in May, where we introduced about SARI rebate and shared on its plan for development. And today I will share on the current status and update of SARI rebate. And this is also in conjunction with the additional capacity of 300 megawatt, okay, allocated for the NEM NOVA customers starting last Monday. So if you missed the quota last time and had no chance to adopt our SARI rebate for your solar projects, okay, well, you can try again this time around. Yeah. And hopefully after few webinars next year, we will all be able to meet face to face. Okay. Now, let me go through the agenda for today. As mentioned by Ms. Balkis just now, I believe that for the benefits of everyone here, since we also have new RPVI, okay, joining our session as well, I will start by introducing about TNBX, okay, about the basis of SARE, before I explain in detail on SARE rebate. Okay, you may ask questions about SARE rebate later. However, we would appreciate it if you can, introduce yourself and your company, okay, before asking any questions. Okay, as you know, okay, TNBX is a wholly owned subsidiary of Tenaga Nasional, established in 2017, and we have been offering smart and innovative solutions in renewable energy and energy efficiency for homes and businesses in Peninsula Malaysia. Okay, structure-wise, this is how we're connected to TNB. Okay, we are parked under the retail division of TNB and having back-to-back support from our parent company in terms of manpower, systems, and more. And in line with retail aspiration to be the retailer of choice, we offer beyond kilowatt our solutions directly to the electricity user in Peninsula Malaysia. And besides SARI, we also offer Surya Shield Solar Insurance, Power Factor Surcharge Solution, CapBank, and many more. And this is our small team headed by our Managing Director, Ayani Rinda Singh Jo. Okay, now let me focus on SARI, okay, that is being handled by the Billing and Contracting Unit of the NBX. So at Billing and Contracting Unit of the NBX, we aim to provide efficient and effective contracting, metering, billing, and collection services in our customers' renewable journey towards a greener world. Okay, and apart from myself, okay, your SARI journey is being assisted by these young and dynamic team members. I am sure that most of you, okay, are familiar with Balkis, Daniel, and Ibrahim. Okay, they have been doing SARI longer than myself and are very capable in what they're doing. Okay. So SARI was introduced in 2019, okay, to encourage and assist on the development of solar PV industry in Malaysia, in Peninsula Malaysia. So what is SARI all about? SARI is a tripartite agreement between TNB, asset owner, and consumer. So TNB provides the metering, billing, and collection services in this relationship. Okay, asset owner or RPVI is the one that invests, okay, owns, operates, and maintain the solar PV system throughout the contract period, and customer is the existing TNB customer that installed solar PV on their rooftop. SARI, okay, is a comprehensive document that combines power purchase agreement or PPA and billing and collection agreement BCA, okay, in one document. It clearly defines the obligation and responsibilities of each party on solar PV system, metering, billing, and collection. Hence, okay, provide the protection on each party's interest and right. And currently, SARI is applicable for commercial, industrial, and government sectors in Peninsula Malaysia. This diagram below shows the relationship between these three parties and how TNBX is connected as the metering, billing, and collection agent for the asset owner. Okay. Now, let's look at this diagram. Okay, on the basis of SARI. SARI leverages on TNB's metering and billing system to provide single convergence bill to the customer. So as shown in this diagram, for customers having two sources of energy, where one comes from the grid, another one comes from the solar PV system. So TNB can capture the information, okay, through the installed meter at site. TNB can capture the information with regards to energy being taken or exported to grid, and also energy being produced by the solar PV system, and feed this information to our back-end billing system, BCRM, to eventually produce a single convergence bill to the customer at the end of the billing cycle. Okay, so this is enabled through a contract, okay, through SARI contract that will be entered into by the customer, asset owner, and also TNB. Okay. Okay, how is this being implemented on site? So as you can see in this diagram, there will be two meters, okay, installed at site, meter 1 and meter 2. So meter 1 is the existing TNB meter that will capture the energy being imported or taken from the grid. However, if this customer is a NEM customer, okay, we will change this meter to NEM meter, which is bidirectional, so that it can also measure the energy being exported to the grid. And then we have meter 2. Okay, meter 2 is installed right after the solar PV system, okay, to measure the energy being produced by the solar PV system. Under SARE, customer will have to pay for all or for every energy produced by the solar PV system, and at a rate offered by the asset owner. Okay, so at the end of the month, the bill, okay, for the customer will be, okay, the energy, the net energy captured at meter 1 times by TNB tariff, okay, and combines with the energy being produced by the solar PV system charged at the solar tariff rate offered by the asset owner. And having explained on the overview of SARI mechanism, I'm sure it is quite obvious now that SARI actually offers various benefits to the RPVIs and customers. So as you can see, number one, okay, as I mentioned just now, SARI is a comprehensive agreement, okay, of PPA and BCA. So it covers the commercial, technical, safety, and other arrangement with regard to solar PV system, solar energy meter, and billing and collection. Secondly, SARI provides the protection on each party's interests and rights, because it clearly defines, okay, the obligation and responsibilities of all parties, okay, with regards to solar PV system, metering, billing, and collection. Number three, SARI actually offers great billing experience, especially to the customers, because they will enjoy a great and simple billing experience by having a single convergence bill at the end of every billing cycle. And through SARI, okay, the customer will enjoy fixed tariff rate throughout the contract period. So this predetermined solar tariff throughout contract period is a guaranteed saving on the customer's electricity bill. And number five, SARI actually provides through, by using SARI, okay, it provides flexible payment channel and call center support, okay, because the customer can actually enjoy TNB's efficient and effective, okay, customer service throughout Peninsula Malaysia by telephone call, face-to-face, online platform, and many more. And, by having all these, it actually increases the efficiency of all the parties involved in SARI. Okay, now I will show you, okay, the bill that will be received by the customers, for the SARI customers at the end of every month. So the SARI customers will receive 3 pages bill at the end of every billing cycle, where on the first page, it will show on the summary of energy statement, where TNB, energy taken from the grid and energy produced by the solar PV system is summarized on this page. And on the second page is solely on the utility energy information. Okay, they will have information regarding with the import and export of energy to the grid. And on the last page is solely on the energy produced by the solar PV system. And same, okay, similar as other TNB bill, payments can be made, okay, via Kedai Tenaga, My TNB, and other platform as well. So as of now, this is SARI achievement after 2 years of being introduced to the market. As you can see, okay, there are 8 stages of SARI end-to-end process, and at TNBX, okay, we assist our customers throughout this journey, right from SARI drafting, negotiation, finalization, signing, stamping, okay, installation, meter installation, and finally on billing and collection. And as of today, we are currently managing 308, okay, SARI projects, okay, worth a total of 117 megawatt peak in capacity, and this is coming from 39 unique asset owners, okay, that engage us on SARI. So if you're not part of the statistic yet, okay, wait no more, okay, join these RPVIs and begin to enjoy the benefits of using SARI. Now, okay, these are all news, okay, news coverage on SARI. So if you have any signing ceremony involving media, okay, do invite us. And we are more than happy to join the event. And who knows, okay, we might be able to cover the event in a press release as well. And on this slide, okay, after 2 years of being introduced in the market, okay, SARI has evolved. SARI is evolved to cater the market needs, and currently we have 3 variations of SARI being offered in the market. Okay, number one is the original SARI, okay, the current SARI that you're using, okay, the basic SARI. Number 2 is SARI rebate. Okay, this is the one that I will explain in detail after this. And number 3 is SARI ETOU. Okay, SARI ETOU is offered to TNB ETOU customers, where under the ETOU segment, TNB offers 3 different tariff rate for different time intervals, which are peak, off-peak, and mid-peak. So if you would like to offer a different solar tariff rate for that different time interval as well, okay, you can apply for SARI ETOU. And in the pipeline, okay, we have SARI 2.0, billing and collection, BCA, solar generation agreement, SGA, and BCA for SGA. So SARI 2.0 is actually orang kata the enhanced version, okay, the enhanced version of the current SARI, where we have taken out the MB's obligation and lump it into one section in Appendix F. This is to differentiate, okay, the functions or roles and obligation between TNB and RPVI to make it clearer and easier for the customer to understand. We hope that by doing this, the negotiation process, okay, will be shorter and faster. And next is billing and collection agreement, okay, BCA. This is if you have your own PPA, okay, like I mentioned just now, SARI is actually a combination of PPA and BCA. So if you have your own PPA with the customer with regards to solar PV system, okay, you can opt to only, okay, sign BCA agreement with the NB, your customer, for us to cater on the metering, billing, and collection services only. And solar generation agreement, or previously known as SARI, is where the customer is not paying for every energy generated by solar PV system, like I mentioned just now under SARI, but under SGA, customer is paying a fixed amount every month. Okay, no matter how much energy is being produced, okay, or not produced by the solar PV system, customer will have to pay that fixed amount every month. And lastly, BCA for SGA is the same concept as this BCA, where if you have your own leasing agreement with your customer, so you only want to use TNB for metering, billing, and collection, then you can opt for BCA for SGA. So all these documents are right now being finalized, and for us to get the approval from ST, Suruhanjaya Tenaga, before it can be introduced to the market. We target to introduce these new solutions in Q1 of 2022. Okay, now finally, okay, uh, let me walk you through on SARI rebate. Okay, so what is SARI rebate all about? Okay, SARI rebate is another variation of SARE entered into by TNB, RPVI, and customer. So it is still a tripartite agreement. Okay, like the basic SARE. So SARI rebate enables RPVIs to offer attractive solar package rebate to their NEM NOVA customers through single convergence bill. So the very reason SARI rebate was developed, okay, and introduced was because we received requests from RPVIs wanting to offer rebate or compensation to their customers since NEM NOVA benefits are deemed as less attractive compared to the previous NEM 2.0 benefits, especially the offset value for energy exported to the grid. Okay, under NEM 2.0, every energy exported to grid, okay, is offset at 1-to-1 basis. However, under this NEM NOVA, NEM 3.0, okay, every energy exported to grid is paid at SMP rate, which is very much lower than the solar tariff. Of course, customers are not very happy, okay, of this, because now for every energy exported to grid, it's like they have to pay. They have to pay on the difference between solar tariff and SMP rate. And in order to make their solar offering attractive, okay, to the customers, RPVIs, okay, are taking the initiative, okay, to offer rebate or compensation to the customer, okay, and this rebate or compensation, okay, to the customers taken as the difference between the solar energy rate and SMP rate for every energy exported to the grid. And at TNBX, we provide the avenue, okay, for this to happen through our billing system. Okay, that is orang kata the history lah of how, okay, SARI rebate first came into picture and the reason for the development. Number 3, rebate is calculated as difference between solar energy rate and SMP rate for energy exported to grid. As I mentioned just now, okay, this is, okay, the measure taken by RPVIs to compensate their customers on the difference between the solar energy rate and also the SMP rate for energy exported to grid. So SARI rebate is an option to the RPVI. It's not compulsory. So if you're not keen on offering rebate to your customer, okay, by all means, please proceed with the normal SARI. Okay, our SARI document is independent of any scheme offered by the government. So if you're offering a SELCO solution to your customer or NEM solution to their customer, okay, it is applicable to all schemes. So you can use the normal SARI, okay, if you don't offer rebate to your customer. Okay, it is just an option to the RPVI. It's not compulsory. And of course, number 5, the SARI rebate is only applicable to NEM NOVA customers. And number 6, a rebate offered by RPVI will be displayed in customers' TNB bill, okay, and deducted directly from the current solar bill. I will show on the calculation and also on the bill display on my next slide. And SARI rebate, okay, is now available to be used by PVI since July 2021 actually, because in our May webinar, okay, we did inform on our development plan where we mentioned that SARI rebate will be, ready to be used in August, okay. However, somewhere in towards the end of July, okay, document was ready, and currently we have few projects and RPVIs using SARI rebate already. So let me explain on the formula for rebate calculation. So it's very simple. Okay, rebate by RPVI is calculated as exported energy to grid, okay, times by the difference between solar energy rate to the SMP rate. Okay, so let's say we have solar energy rate of 40 cent offered by the RPVI to your customer, and the SMP at that time is 15 cent. Okay, and exported energy from the customer's premise to grid is 500 kilowatt hour. So the rebate offered by the RPVI, okay, to the customer is 500 times with 40 cent minus 15 cent. Okay, the difference between solar energy rate and SMP rate. So the rebate, okay, offered by the RPVI to the customer is 125. Okay, is everyone clear on this formula? I think it's pretty straightforward, okay, and simple. Okay, so this is how rebate is being calculated. Next, okay, I will show you on how this will, impact the customer's solar energy bill and the total bill that will be paid to the RPVI in terms of solar energy. So let's look at this example. Yeah. So for example, if the customer's usage for that month is 10 kilowatt hour of energy, okay, where 100 and 1,500 is being produced by the solar PV system. However, 500 is being exported to the grid, and another 9,000 kilowatt hour is being imported from the grid. So the net energy used by this customer is 10,000 kilowatt hour. Okay. However, the important things for RPVI is this C and B lah. Okay, C is the energy being produced by the solar PV system, and B is the energy exported to grid. So under the normal SARI, without SARI rebate, okay, without rebate, number one, okay, line number one is what the customer is supposed to be paying lah, okay, because the solar energy charge is equal to, okay, solar energy generated times with the solar energy rate. So energy produced by solar is at C and times by the solar energy rate. Okay, in our example, we put as 40 cent. So 1,500 being produced by solar PV systems times with 40 cent is 600 ringgit. So 600 ringgit is the original solar charge that this customer will have to pay. However, under SARI rebate, RPVI will offer SARI to the customer. Okay, so under SARI rebate, in line 2, the RPVI will compensate for the difference of SMP and also the solar rate, right? So the formula, as I explained just now, is for rebate, exported energy to grid times with the difference between SER and SMP. So B is the exported energy to grid, 500, times with SER, 40 cent, and SMP rate, we take for this example as 15 cent. So 500 times with 14 cent minus 15 cent is 125. So this is the rebate amount given by the RPVI. So finally, at number 3 is the final amount of solar bill that the customer will have to pay. So the solar energy payment is the original, okay, solar charge minus the rebate. That is 600 ringgit minus the 125 rebate offered by the RPVI, and 475 ringgit is the final solar bill issued to the customer. Okay, is everyone clear on this part?
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes, you are,
I'm
Mr.
Andy Wu from Amani Energy.
Okay, Mr. Andy.
Uh, uh, when you said when we rebate the 15 cents, right?
Again,
When you said we rebate 15 cents per kilowatt hour to our client.
okay, the
Uh,
rebate is the difference between the solar energy rate that you offer to your customer.
uh-huh.
In this example, it's 40 cent. Okay, you might be offering your customer 35 cent, 32 cent, depending on your offering.
Okay.
Yes. So minus the SMP rate. SMP rate, is taken as the average SMP rate for last month. Okay. This value, you can take from the website. Okay, single buyer website, on the current SMP rate. So for this example, it's 15, but this rate, of course, changes almost, it change every 30 minutes. So the value might be different from month to month. So in this example, we put as 15 cent, and the offer from RPVI is 40 cent. This is just assumption.
What about the rate that TNBX charges?
Okay. TNBX is the metering, billing and collection agent for asset owner, right? So
Yeah.
that one, for that services, of course, we have SARI fee, okay, charged to the AO. That is calculated based on the size of the solar PV system installed. Okay, we have a tiering pricing. So we will look at the size of your solar PV system and under which tier you fall into. That will determine the solar fee
Yeah,
or
I understand. I
SARI
understand on
fee.
that.
Mhm.
But I just want to confirm is when we rebate the 15 cents, right? Does it
Yes.
include the rate that the TNBX charges?
No, that is a different arrangement actually, because okay, how it will affect you is based on this um, solar energy payment made by your customer, right? We will time, okay, the SARI fee with for every kilowatt hour, uh, you know, being produced or charged to this customer. That is how it will impact your SARI fee. The original SARI fee that is determined for you, it will not change. Okay, but every month that SARI fee will depend on the kilowatt hour being produced by the solar PV system.
This is calculated based on the export back to the grid, right? How many kilowatt hour
Yes,
export back to the grid?
yes. This is yeah. This amount of energy is the one that is being exported to the grid.
Okay. And this solar energy payment is being done by TNBX, or we have to do it ourselves on the calculations.
This one, okay, this
Mm.
is automatically in TNB billing system. Okay, so
Oh,
I will show the bill display after this in my next slide. Okay.
okay, understand.
Okay.
Puan Sharifah,
Yes.
this is Kamil Yunus from Masgi Engineering and Services.
Okay, Cik
Okay,
Kamil.
you mentioned in one of the slides to date, you have got 39 RPVIs, which is on system, SARE. Okay,
Yes.
of that 39, how many of them are on NEM NOVA? And how many of the NEM NOVA are actually providing rebates to their
Okay.
customer?
Okay. That one, okay, I don't have the statistic with me right now. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Is it
But
possible that
for the
could be
one
provided to me?
using again,
Because I wanted to know, in terms of all the RPVI that are already on NEM NOVA and SARE, how many of them are actually providing rebates? Is it something that is norm for them, or is it something that nobody is doing? I want to know that.
okay, as I mentioned just now, okay, since we introduced SARI rebate in July, there are already, okay, few solar projects and RPVIs, okay, adopting SARI rebate in their projects. Of course, that will depend on your decision as RPVI, okay.
No, no, I'm
What
looking at the trend. What's the market trend? Because we need to go with the flow. If the trend is all of the RPVI are providing rebates, then we got to be competitive. But if none are doing it, so we should not be doing it. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Morning, Kamil. Narendra here.
Yeah.
But the options that we give now is as a request at RPVIs who find that the customer doesn't want to pay 40 cents and get back 50 cents because 15 cents because of the export to the grid. So we created this option. If your export to the grid is zero, then doesn't matter at all, isn't it? You're doing the perfectly sell quota. But in case there is an export to the grid and you want to compensate back the customer, and this is an option available to you.
Okay.
Right?
Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, Cik Kamil.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I shall proceed with the next slide. So for this SARI rebate, we have made minor amendments, okay, to the original SARI document. So amendments made are in the definition. Of course, we have to include the definition such as monthly average SMP, export energy, NEM NOVA contract, and rebate, okay, to the original SARI document. And also, a second amendment is done in the Appendix C on bill calculation. So as you can see, okay, there are actually only minor amendments being done to the original SARI. So if you are familiar with the current SARI, okay, don't worry, okay, it will be easy for you to adopt to SARI rebate. And in terms of bill, okay, just now as Mr. Andy asked, okay, this is how the bill display on that will be shared to your customer. Okay, as I mentioned just now, we have 3 pages TNB bill being shared to the customer. So this is actually on the second page on the utility energy bill. So your customer can see, okay, the amount of kilowatt hour export to the grid. So in this case, it's 524. Okay, if it's too small for you, okay, I will read it out. Okay, so it's 524 kilowatt hour, and the SMP rate, okay, for this particular bill is 0.1615 okay, cent per kilowatt hour. Okay, so on this utility energy bill, your customer can find the information with regards to energy being exported to the grid and also on the SMP rate. Next, on the third page on the solar energy bill is where your customer can find the amount of rebate being offered or being given by the RPVI. So we have a one-liner here, okay, rebate daripada RPVI and the amount. So this is the original bill, okay, solar bill as I mentioned just now, okay, based on the energy being produced by the solar system times with the rate. So it's 422.45. However, okay, based on the SMP and energy exported to the grid, the rebate is 103 ringgit 90 cent. So the new or the final bill for this customer is 318 ringgit for that solar portion. Okay, any questions?
For Sharifah,
Yes.
hi, saya Basir from Hiko.
Okay, Cik Basir.
I'm looking at the bill right now. So
Okay.
about the SARI fee, does it reflect on is it being deducted automatically or it's somewhere in the solar energy statement?
Okay, a SARI fee is between TNBX and asset owner. Okay, this is the bill from TNB to the customer. So SARI fee will not be reflected here, will
Meaning
not be included here.
that tariff?
That solar fee, okay, will be included in our monthly reporting, okay, between TNBX and the asset owner.
Okay, but that rate on the solar energy is actually our rate, right? Our rate offered to the
Yes,
client.
okay, I forgot.
So that is
Yeah,
okay.
so it should be this 35 cent.
Okay, and then later
tariff.
on when we get the reimbursement, it will be the SARI fee will be deducted, right? Because after this, we have to invoice the NBX for the collection, right?
Yes, every month, okay, when we send the report to asset owner or PVI, we will straight away deduct the SARI fee.
Okay, understood.
Yes.
Understood. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Cik Basir.
Assalamualaikum, Puan Sharifah.
Waalaikumsalam.
Isa daripada G-Sparks. Sorry, nak tanya soalan. Let's say if the
Okay,
customer
Encik
doesn't
Isa.
pay the bill, so I mean, will RPVI gets the payment for that month, or they need to wait until customer settle the debt?
Yes. So if there's no payment made by the customer, okay, TNB will not receive any payment from the customer as well. Okay, so we will not, pay to the RPVI.
Okay. But can it be that I mean TNB or either TNBX made an arrangement? I mean the RPVI gets their money, and then whatever issue with the customer, either TNB or TNBX can settle behind the scene.
What do you think the answer would be?
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking from the RPVI point of view. We're just trying to protect the RPVI interest.
Yeah, but the thing is that we cannot do it foolishly already, isn't it? You choose the customer, you choose to bill him. I reckon you should be worried about his credit rating and so on and so forth before you even put an asset over his head. The majority of amount actually when TNB collects the bill is from TNB's bill. Kita pun sendiri TNB will take 85% of the total billing. 15% is basically on solar, right? TNB pun tak dapat bayar. So if we're not paid, and we have to pay our generators at our cost, I reckon there's a risk an RPI has to take when it takes into the business, right?
The money will start from the customer, as simple as that.
Right, exactly. Whatever the customer pays to us, we will divide equally to Tenaga National and to RPVI.
Hi, Mr. Narinder.
Yep.
Hi, Mr. Narinder. Andy here.
Really?
During the contract signing, right, in TNBX stated there's a 1% penalty for late payment.
Yes.
How does that work?
Sharifah?
Okay. So the ILP, okay, or the late payment charge is charged to the customer, okay, that 1% for every month that the customer is paying late on its TNB bill. So that ILP portion, okay, is on that ILP portion is given to TNB and also the RPVI or asset owner based on the amount of bill that the customer is paying late. So as an owner, you will also receive that ILP or late payment charge from the customer.
Meaning we share the 1% with TNB?
Yeah, because it will be based on the portion of bill.
Okay.
Because
For
TNB will
example,
go on the energy exported or imported to the grid, and RPVI is on the solar portion, right? So we will look at the kilowatt hour, okay, for the RPVI, and give that ILP based on that.
right.
Or
Let me give you an example. Say it's $1,000 the customer owes us in both supply from the grid and also from solar. And 150 is from solar, 850 is from the grid, right? Now for $1,000, right, 10% is $100 and 1% is $10. So $88.50 belongs to Tenaga, $1.50 belong to RPVI, apportionately. Eh?
Yes.
Sorry, one question. If the customer settles their bill partially, so who gets the money first, TNB or RPVI?
Or what do
Okay.
you think?
I mean, to be fair, both should get equally, should be divided according to the billing portion.
Okay. Probably so you're not familiar with SARI at all, right? From the beginning itself, the principle remains that TNB is paid first and the balance is for the RPVI. And if they pay partially, TNB settles first. The remainder goes into outstanding in the following month. When it pays the following month, and then we minus first the utang and then the monthly bill.
Yes.
Right?
All right, thank you.
Yes.
So sorry, let me reconfirm. Just now, you mentioned the 1% late payment. Solar generation, 1% is all to RPVI, right?
Yep.
Okay, and how long can client drag? How many? Because I've seen client drag like 6 months, have not paid TNB. Can it be? How long is there any more penalty or any warning to client after 2 months?
Until disconnection of supply.
Or how long usually it will stop client supplying to clients?
Okay, by virtue of the act, right, is they give them 30 days to pay after billing, right? But when it comes to government and it goes longer than that, unable to disconnect government premises for different reasons, and otherwise it's normally 30 days.
Okay, understand. Thank you.
Hey, Narendra, I have another question about the ability for TNB to exercise the rights to disconnect the power supply for the consumer. Does it cut across all types of schemes, regardless of whether we are talking about NEM or NOVA or CELCO. Can TNB exercise the rights to disconnect the supply to the consumer if they fail to pay after 30 or 60 days?
Okay, there are two parts of this connection here. One part, we disconnect the AC supply for non-payment. Okay, the minute you disconnect the AC, the inverter will trip, and there's no more DC supply from the solar. So the disconnection is actually a provision within the Act to disconnect on the incoming supply for failure to pay, which automatically will stop the solar. So that's how it's done. So to your question, any customer doesn't pay to us, we disconnect, even without solar.
Right. No, but in the context of not just SARE, we were talking about BCA just now, right? So if we were to enter into a tripartite agreement based on BCA, can TNB also exercise the rights to disconnect the supply, the AC supply to the consumer, if they fail to pay?
Okay, as I mentioned earlier, the totality of what we do under the Act on disconnection is based on and owing to the utility that supplies it. So since the bill is made up of two components, any portion of the component not paid is due for disconnection. And so I don't seem to get your question.
Yeah, Mr. Darren, is also applicable for BCA. Okay, the only difference between BCA and SARI is that under BCA, there is no obligations on solar PV system because that is between the RPVI and customer. But
Okay,
on
sorry,
metering, billing, and collection, yes, it is covered under BCA.
exactly. Sorry, I missed the part of BCA. On the BCA, everything remains the same. It's just that the contract is not a SARI contract. Right? It's a provision, but there is a provision you need to put into the BCA contract. The contract you have a bilateral contract that the customer agrees to have Tenaga to disconnect and so on. So there are certain words that need to be included into your contract that allows you to use the provision of us doing disconnection, and customer will sign to it.
I mean, yeah, right now, when it comes to CELCO, right, the CELCO kind of schemes, the only way to motivate existing PPA kind of adopters to convert from PPA, the traditional kind of PPA, to BCA with TNBX is the fact that you guys can, exercise your rights to disconnect. Whereas if it comes to RPVI, we cannot. So I'm trying to find an element and a motivator kind of element for the likes of us that are currently using the traditional PPA to switch over to BCA. So that would be one of the major reasons, why we would want to switch over from PPA to BCA. Do you not agree?
I agree with you completely. And I think this is how you motivate your customer. You get a utility bill. The billing system, the metering system is utility standard. The meters are accurate, right? There's nothing more or the kurang bill or the lebih bill, right? And the utility takes responsibility of ensuring that the amount bill is the amount that is being generated. So that is the motivation. But for the customer to get disconnected and so on, it was a provision that the RPVI decided to get him connected in the first place. I reckon I do not expect existing customers to change unless they're government. Government customers are very more initiated, motivated to change because they want a single bill from a utility, easier for them to make payments, including schools like Chinese independent schools. They have the challenge of collecting their bill from the government, and if it's gone a bill by third party. So those are the customers that generally will switch back to a utility bill from Tenaga.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yep.
Okay, right, good. I shared my number on the chat. If somebody wants to have a personal message or something, you can just get me at 019-271-9209. Right.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Darren. Yeah.
Sorry,
Any more questions? Okay, if not, okay, we have actually, come to the end of this presentation. So if you would like to proceed with SARI rebate, okay, this is what you can do. Okay, firstly, go to our website to download the TNBX SARI 01 form. So if you already have this form, you can actually skip step 1 and 2, okay, and then submit the completed TNBX SARI 01 form to us, okay, to this email, tnbx@tnb.com.my, and we will email you the draft SARI, okay, for your solar project. And do connect with us. We are actually active on social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So do follow our social media page. Okay, that's all from me. Okay, from us at TNBX. If there's no more questions, then we can adjourn this session. Okay.
Thank you very much, Sharif.
Thank you so much.
Sharifah, one question on the TNBX SARE 01. There is
Okay.
information that mentioned the minimum solar energy payment, meaning that is it the minimum payment that we can collect from the customer, or what does it mean by minimum solar energy payment?
Okay, that MMC, minimum solar energy payment. Okay, that is again. Anyone talking now? Okay, so that is the charge. Okay, that is being charged by TNBX to the asset owner. So we have a minimum monthly charge to the asset owner on the solar bill.
These are cases where the panel fails to generate anything, right? To assure, because the billing will still go. 0 is a number, right? And that is the minimum payment that RPVI needs to pay us for providing the service. So it's good for you to ensure that the solar panel is always generating.
Okay, understood. Because I thought that the minimum solar energy payment is what we are going to collect from the customer. It's not from we pay for the TNBX.
No. I reckon if you're generating, there's no reason for the customer to pay any minimum, because the price that you offer the customer would have already addressed your minimum, and to ensure that your panels are working fine. Right?
All right, noted. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Jadi.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Shamsul Azhar from Industrial Laboratories. I would like to refer to some promotional banner from SEDA that we saw last time. I think it was late last year, promoting about SARE. So one of the mechanism is on solar leasing. Is that on or still not applicable?
Okay, Cik Shamsul. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. So solar leasing, okay, or now known as solar generation agreement, okay, SGA, okay, is one of the solutions in our pipeline where we target to offer in Q1 of 2022. Okay, currently it is being finalized and we are getting the approval from ST, okay, to be able to offer it to the market.
Okay.
So it's now known as solar generation agreement, yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
Shamsul.
Thank you.
Okay, no more questions. Okay, okay, thank you to all RPVIs for joining this session. Okay, we look forward to our collaboration with you. So if you would like to proceed with normal SARI, or SARI rebate, or SARI ITOU, okay, the one we are currently offering right now, okay, do contact us. Okay, you can go to our website, you can email us, okay, you can, I'm sure most of you have our phone numbers, right? You can actually contact us directly by WhatsApp, call, okay? That's all from me. So thank you. Any last word from you, Mr. Nurinder?
Thank you very much, Sharifah. Well done, Sharifah, Fatin, and team. I'd like to congratulate also the RPBS that are already with us, the 38 of them, and we expect more to come in. The idea of us providing this service to ensure that all RPVIs wanting to partake in the solar business have an equal opportunity with respect to using of the utility bill, right? So if there are any other ideas with respect to what we are doing that you'd like to share with us, please contact us and we'll see how we can assist you with respect to it. Ken, terima kasih.
One last request. The documents that we send in for the contract, it takes quite a long time to come back to us. Can you all speed up a little bit? Especially those need to chop and sign, change of meters. It's been taking quite a while, at least 1 month to 2 months. There's still no reply.
Okay, Mr. Andy, we take note on that. Okay, we will contact you personally after this. Okay, may I know you're from which company just now?
Money Energy.
Money Energy. Okay, so we will contact you personally. Okay, to look into your solar projects. But rest assured, okay, to the rest that we are actually doing our best. Okay, as you can see just now, we have 8 stages of SARI and 308 projects to manage at the moment. Of course, we are doing our best, okay, to expedite each process in all the stages. Yeah, but do take note that some of the process requires external parties, okay, that we need to deal with, like Mr. Andy mentioned just now on stamping. So that is our orang kata, that is the part that we need to interact with LHDN also. Okay, we need to submit to LHDN for stamping. So do take note that some of the process requires us to interact with external party, third party. So that could be one of the reason lah of the delay. But we take note on that. Okay, Mr. Andy, we will contact you after this to look at your particular solar projects. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me share a bit on respect to sometimes some of the delays. Majority of them I've seen are because the RPBI wants to go and change the standard contract, right? If there's change in standard contract, then it goes to a small process of us analyzing the risk related to the obligations that Tenaga would have to do, right? Is there any risk involved in it? We hope that with SARE 2.0, the obligations of the utility are in the appendix. There's no need for it to go and have the delays, right? And the other one that Sharifah mentioned is definitely the taxman. At times, when there is a minimum payment and he sees there is an amount on Appendix E that needs to be paid, he charges us completely a different rate with respect to the $10. And we have to go back to the taxman, and this has happened a couple of times. We hope after this that the taxman understands a SARE contract is a normal supply contract, and over time we will assure that that process will be much more clearer to a taxman. Presently, they still, depending on the individual officer, decides with respect to what is the stamp duty. So that has been one of our challenges.
It's impossible to change the SARE meter before we get the contract, right?
Change what, sorry?
It's impossible to change the the meter, the SARE meter, before we get the contract chop and sign, right?
Meaning the meter installation, the solar meter installation to be done before SARI is being signed and finalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So current practice, we need all these documents, okay, including your NEM cert or ST license, yeah, in order for us to proceed with meter installation.
It's just, the question is just like asking, can you put a meter before signing the supply contract to Tenaga, so that's exactly what you're saying.
No. I mean, all the things are done. Waiting for the stamping only. In the meantime, waiting for the stamping, can we process with the meter change, or do we have to wait?
You have to wait for the contract to be signed before any meters issued by Tenaga Nasional. As you can see, the SARE contract is a regulated contract, right? Where the utility, customer, and the RPVI partake with respect to responsibility. So the meter can only be issued once a contract is signed. I think that goes for many of other businesses also.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Puan Sharifah.
Hi,
Basir again from HICO.
Cik Basir.
Thank you for the very concise and clear presentation.
Thank you.
Hopefully that we become the number 40 RPVI. But our action is in the middle, still in the middle of progress. Just that can we get, I just want to ask, can we get the latest presentation slide for today?
Okay, sure. Yes.
You will be shared under TNBX website, or you will be emailed to us?
Okay, we will share. Okay, are you in the WhatsApp group?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We will share there.
Good enough. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, for those of you not on the WhatsApp group, please text and join us, right, so that we can include you with respect to communication between TNBX and the RPVS.
And also, as per our last webinar, okay, we will upload this recorded session in our website and also our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so you can get this recorded session and also the slides. Okay, we will put in our website as well. Okay, Cik Syamsul, noted. Okay, so that's all. That's all from us. Okay, thank you. We will end this session now, and I will give around 2 minutes. Okay, if you would like to type anything in the chat room, especially on your handphone number to be included in our WhatsApp group. Okay, after that we will close this link. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe, everyone.
Bye-bye.